Oh boy, I can't believe it's Christmas already. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is TheCano here today for another episode of TheCanoCam. And I'm gonna take that off my head now. I thought of having something else interesting for the intro, because I mean, you know, why not? And also, I'm becoming one of those kind of collectors now that I don't like to take things out of the packages so much, because I want to keep my stuff pristine. Because, you know, I got the collector's edition of GTA 5, of course. That's one of the things that happened in this long time since the last episode. Because, you know, that's another reason that, even if I was to take it out and just, like, use it or something like that, I would think that I don't really care for flat-brimmed hats anyway, and I would probably have to bend it, so... To make it look good, and so on, in my opinion, you know, I would have to do a lot of altering anyway, so it's better just to keep it in pristine condition. But yeah, that's intros right there. Because also, speaking of Christmas, as I did there, because I mean, it's still just like the beginning of November now, and there's already snow outside. So, I mean, I guess that's somewhat common, I guess, for where I live here in Canada, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, see, so like for Christmas though, I mean, it seems like, it's basically, to me, it feels like Christmas, because, I mean, although I am not, well, it's mostly just because, I mean, I'm not exactly in school in a sense right now, because, I mean, that's also another thing of what I did in that long amount of time that I haven't had a TheCanoCam, because I was busy with, you know, applying to NATE, and I had to do, like, a career investigation report, and did some interviews with that, and I did actually do a bit of like audio recording for that one interview that I did with Rick Lee. I did actually do, this is possibly another reshoot, by the way. I mean, you know, it happens. Because, I mean, sometimes things are not up to my quality standards. Even the lower than the screen quality standards. The quality standards are all the way down here of my videos. So, I mean, I do reshoots, but I mean, like, I did a bit of, like, recording on that interview. I don't think it's probably a good idea to actually release the whole thing, because, I mean, I basically have all the answers to the career investigation report in a sense there, but, I mean, I might want to just have, like, a bit of, like, a clip of audio, just, like, right here.
GTA 5 is like, they set the bar higher, but I bet you a lot of games, other games, future games, are going to look at GTA 5, not copy them, but say, oh, they did that really well, so we'll take that, spin it in our way, and then improve on that, and then it just becomes a better and better product, and that's the same thing goes with the radio, right?
Well, yeah, because just in general, that's a way of making things improve and progress, and it's part of competition. It's kind of in the same way with I don't remember what that is. It's maybe I should have been paying more attention in social studies classes, but like there's the guy that says about like that you need to have free markets and things like that, and just like the invisible hand. I don't remember the name.
Try to look that up without Googling. Try to use your brain, and I'm just going to use Google right now. Invisible hand. I remember that.
Yeah,
That'd be a good name for a band.
Invisible Hand.
The Invisible Hand. And then sell t-shirts.
Like,
Sell t-shirts, but they'd be invisible. In economics. Adam Smith.
Oh, okay, yeah, Adam Smith. But if it was actually like invisible t-shirts, then that would actually probably not be the best idea. Here's some air that I'll be paying, like you pay me, and then you can have this piece of air, and then you just kind of just rub it on yourself. I don't even know.
Still, I just felt like I needed to put that clip in just because, I mean, that's a good example of just like the things that happen when I'm around in general. And, you know, fun times ahoy. But in a sense, yeah, like that's what I've been doing for the past while. That's how you can kind of, you get a feeling of all the work I've been doing, I guess. Work. Because that's what I've been doing instead of schooling, in a sense, because I'm saying in a sense a lot, just like I said a lot in that interview that I just played a bit of a clip for. It's probably because of the fact that I usually blame, if I'm saying a word a ton or a phrase, it usually is involving with tiredness. And this is pretty early in the morning, I find. So, yeah. But I think that's, yeah, that pretty much shows you, you know, a thing of like what I've been doing. Other than just like random YouTube stuff and a ton of games. Because, you know, in the month of September into October a bit, I think there was a few games that came out in October. Yeah, there was definitely some. So, like, there's been so many games coming out recently that this is another reason why I'm saying it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas to me. I bought a new shirt as well, as you can see. It's pretty awesome. Like, I might try to get closer to the camera and just like go, ugh, look at that. Ugh. Try to get all of it in one shot, even though it's at an angle, and it's like 3D. His feet are coming at you. Possibly. But, like, I saw this shirt at, like, Walmart, and I'm just like, man, this is awesome. I need to buy it. So, that's basically what I usually do for shirts. I'm just like, it looks amazing. Oh, wow. So, yeah. It's... When it's getting snowy outside, it's being shirty outside. I'm actually buying things, that's what it is, maybe. And it feels like Christmas. So maybe I should just go right on to the games, or actually I'll say more about GTA 5, that obviously there's all this stuff, blah blah blah, there's videos, but as well, I have the poster. I put the little thing up there. Woo, see, look at that. I have the map for GTA 5 up there just because I always have to have my posters. I love it. Whenever I get something like that in a game, I just like, I need to put on my wall, just like, there's that, the GTA 4, Skyrim, there's GTA 5. I think that there was like, I was thinking of possibly even putting San Andreas, because I have San Andreas, of course, and I was thinking of putting that on my wall, but I mean, whatever. But yeah. I was gonna say as well, like, as a joke, that, hey, I have a new poster on my wall. It's a pretty good, I have a Ninja Turtles poster now. It's, one of Leonardo for some reason. I don't know why they don't actually have all the Ninja Turtles on it, but, you know, that's their decision. It's, you know, and for some reason there's, like, a lot of just... I guess he's fighting in the sky, because there's a lot of blue around him, but, I mean, you know... Ninja Turtle posters nowadays, they might be going down in quality. Because seriously though, like, it looks like, if you just like Photoshop it, if I can find the image, GIF thing, I might try to put it there or something. Because the GIF is pretty good. Where it's just like, the GTA 5 map, it just looks like Leonardo. It just looks like Leonardo, and that's what I'm trying to say, okay? Okay. So, into the games. It's Sector, also a pen, because I mean, I was writing on my hand again, because that's always the most professional thing to do. That's a tip for people going, that's for people that are like me, that were applying to radio and television, and things like that. The most professional thing to do for any sort of media, you always have to write on your hand. Because if you write on your hand, then you don't have to be a person going, oh, I'm just going to pull my notes out of my pocket. Oh wait, my notes are already there. You know what, that, in a sense, like, that doesn't seem as sarcastic as it seems like, in a way, because, I mean, I don't know, it can work. It can work a little bit. It's not that bad, it's not that good. It's not professional, though. you know, whatever. So, I think that was, like, before I even got GTA 5. I'm gonna go in chronological order. So, I bought Alan Wake. I just randomly found that game as well. It was fairly cheap. It was the only copy that I saw when I was just like going shopping. I'm just like, it's like $20. I'm gonna get it. Why not? Although the only sad thing is that like there's like the case is a bit damaged on this front there. I mean, look at that. Oh man, so much damage. Because as I was saying with the hat, I like to be a pristine collector of awesome things. And just games in general, which my collection is now 2 shelves, basically. It's quite a bit of Xbox. I think that like I have around 60 Xbox 360 games, and then like the rest, yeah, I'd say that's around 60% maybe. Or maybe like half. half of 99 is like still like 50. No, wait, it's 49, I guess, because you can't really 49 and a half. Yeah, that should work because it's not, of course, not 50, but whatever. I don't. My random ramblings this is sort of makes me think of like the reshoot, because when I was doing the original shoot for this video, I was in my car. I think I deleted that already because I'm just like, oh man, this is terrible. I was leaning sideways because the camera angle, the camera was there, and I was just like aiming it towards myself. I'm just like, okay, hello. This is before taking my interview with Mr. Rick Lee. I have a bit of time, but I don't have very much time either. And yeah, I didn't have very much time. It was really, really random. The things I was saying, I don't even remember what it was, but I mean, it was not very good. It was kind of boring. It was boring, but also interesting at the same time. If you can make it in, if that makes sense, in any way whatsoever. I was almost going to go and try to go into my, what do you call that? It's the old man. That's I don't really know what to call the voice other than that, but that's actually another thing that happened. Screw chronological order. Because that was a thing that happened. Oh man, look at that. Oh yeah. Wind Waker HD, that happened in the past month and a bit. That, you know, the game came out, I think it was like October 12th, I'm pretty sure? I'd have to look that up again. Correct me in the future, future Glacier Dano. Or say I'm right, because you're awesome. Because I'm awesome, because you're... whatever. So yeah, that's what I was saying with the with voices though. I have my list. Instead of having a list of things to say about on my board, my list there is just like voices that I use for Wind Waker, so I can like quickly look at the board and just like, okay, I'm going to be using Artie for this. I'm going to be using Vader. I'm just using the obvious voices there, because I mean, if you want to hear like all the other random voices that I have, you can watch partially, like, or porpoisely. It's like porpoise. I don't know. You can watch the Wind Waker HD series. It started, and you can have a link to the very first video here. Oh, I really enjoy that series so far because I mean, you know, it's really random with the voices that I have, and just crazy and beautiful because the game is just like, oh man, Wind Waker. Yeah, I haven't played, this was the first time I started playing it was on the HD version, and I think it was worth it to wait to get the HD, because I mean, it looks crazy awesome in HD, and if I played that on the GameCube, I would be like, in standard definition, I'd be like, it's cartoony. It's not, and when it's cartoony but not HD, I'm just like, it could look a lot better. It hurts my eyes, but not as much as hurting my eyes to play Call of Duty. That's still one of the reasons I don't really play Call of Duty anymore, just because it hurts my eyes to play. It's a legitimate thing, trust me. It's terrible. So yeah, that's what I was, like, since I was talking about GTA 5 a lot, and that's somewhat still, even though I say screw chronological order, I'm still going to go chronological order in a sense. As saying in a sense a lot as well. But, with my collector's edition as well, I've got this. So look at that. Look at that Leonardo. He's even blue for this one. Like, more blue. Because I'm blue, die. But yeah, I have the blueprint map. If I had a black light, I'd be able to see, like, secret hidden messages on this, apparently. And there are, like, things like alien stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's, probably worth it. Of the collector's edition for that partially as well, but I think the most important thing of the collector's edition of why I like the things, because of hat, and also because of the bonus features in the game, and also being able to be Nico Bellic, because Nico Bellic is pretty cool, and all that things, and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. But also because of this. I mean, that's awesome. That is my GTA 5 case, and yeah. There's also artwork on the back of the steel case, if you can see that. And then on the inside, I might want to take out the disc for that, just so you can see it better. Okay, put the disc upside down so that I don't scratch it, and then there's that. You can sort of see the crest in there and just like the details, but it's pretty awesome. I love it. I just love steelbooks in general, and when I get a game that I love with steelbooks, it's just like, it's totally worth it, of course. For that like 150 I think I paid for it, I don't remember. Because still, I was just like on the GTA 5 day, I'm just like, standing in line for half an hour to get the game, and I'm just like, okay. Why is everybody just walking out of the store with just a standard edition? And then like, then when I finally get up to the counter and get like my collector's edition, they had to actually go to the back because nobody bought it that day, it seemed like. Nobody had it pre-ordered because there's only pre-orders, because, I mean, you know, why would they be able, they wouldn't be able to sell it, like, it would be all sold out, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that is, I just walk out with this giant box. And everybody's just kind of like staring at me and just like, yeah, this is what I got. Screw you guys. I'm standing in line for half an hour. I deserve this. You don't deserve it if you're just getting the standard edition pre-ordered at EB Games / GameStop, because you could have just, instead of pre-ordering there, the standard edition, you could just walk into Walmart that was right across the street, get it for the same price or slightly cheaper, and without having to wait in a line. Or you could go to the other store across the place with Superstore. Or you could go to, like, Staples, maybe? Because, I mean, Staples has games, as we all know, which I'm going to show some games that I did get from Staples. I mean, look at this. Yet again, when I go to Staples, I always find good games, for some reason. Well, at least just games in general, that are cheap. Really cheap, that I cannot find anywhere else. So, look at that. I got Metroid Other M, and I got Splinter Cell Conviction. So, yeah. I think Splinter Cell Conviction, I'm pretty sure that's a Splinter Cell game that I played back in the day for a little bit. Of course not, obviously not on my channel or anything like that, but I mean, I got like 2 achievements in it, so I can't like delete my history in it. So now I can actually go in the game and actually get the rest of the achievements, hopefully. Although probably not all of them, because I mean, it's impossible for me to actually finish games anymore. Other than Borderlands 1, which I did during the summer. So, yeah. I'm happy with that. And also because, like, I think Metroid Other M was like $9. And that game you cannot find anywhere. Even though I haven't actually... I'm not really a big Metroid fan because I haven't really played the games, like, at all. Other than, like, I played like the first 1 or 2 on the SNES, Super Nintendo, as some people like to call it for the SNES. And, yeah, I didn't really play much of things other than that for Metroid because, I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. So, that's probably not the best game to be starting with for Metroid, but I mean, at least I have it for the future, for whenever I want to be playing more Metroid things, possibly actually find the Metroid Prime Trilogy, if I can. That's like the HD, not HD, that is, remastered, or something like that. Because it's in 480p on the Wii. So yeah, that's a thing. If I can find that for the GameCube games that were remastered on the Wii of Metroid. But other than that as well, just going back into the past for a bit there, because another thing that happened in October after Wind Waker HD, it looks amazing because it's like gold cover. I just love how much gold they always have, not already have. Well, even with like what they already have, that's a lot to take away. If I could easily take like all my games out from underneath there for N64 and stuff, I would actually just like show my gold cartridge of Majora's Mask, because I mean, that's pretty awesome. I love that I have the gold cart for Majora's Mask, because that is super rare to have. Because I mean, Majora's Mask in itself, it wasn't even that big of a seller in a sense. It was only a few million. Like, I think it was like 3 million copies or something like that. I don't remember, but that's a low seller for a Zelda game, pretty much. So yeah, I got one of the gold cartridges for that, so that's always good. But as you could already see, as I just like was flinging this around, that's another thing that happened in October. Pokemon Y. That's what I have. Because I didn't want to get the X. I didn't want to get Pokemon X because, I mean, I'd rather have Yveltal. I say Yveltal. I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, something like that. I haven't seen that in the anime yet, so I wouldn't be able to be judging on the pronunciation yet. Because I always base things off of how they say it in the anime. Of course, because I mean that's probably the more standard issue things, you know, in general. But yeah, that's a better legendary, I think, than the Zarnius. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but I say Ifatel. Ifatel makes more sense for like how to pronounce that than like I don't even know how somebody else would say it other than Ifatel. Ifatel. So yeah, I played that a ton this past month. I really wish I could record like off my 3DS and like get direct feed, because I would totally have made like a YouTube series on Pokemon. Even though like I very indecisive on that game, because I mean I tend to I get a Pokemon and I'm just like, I want to use this. No, wait, I found one that's better. I want to use this one instead. These are Pokemon that are like stronger. Because if they're stronger, then I mean that's always good. I usually like to make my teams the best they possibly can, so I can be the very best like no one ever was, and so on and so forth. So I think I pretty much yeah. That's weird. I think that's the right number of games. I think there's somebody, like there's another game that I don't have here, I think, that I didn't grab. Oh well. I think that I did. Oh yeah, Halo Wars. That's what it was. See, because I have that as well. Whoa, man! Well, now the camera's sideways. A little more over here. So I'm just going to sit over here more, so that I can be more centered. Hello, how's it going? My games all fell over a little bit. It's very strange, indeed. But yeah, Halo Wars. I finally got that now, which completes the whole set of my Halo games. I have all of the ones on Xbox 360, so I'm happy with that. Also, because like even though I pretty much forgot that I even had that, I'm just like, where's that? I don't remember buying a third game or fourth game, fifth game from that one session of buying games. It's also at the same time when I was buying games as well, I bought these two. Because I finally have Mass Effect as well, which completes the whole set of the Mass Effect, because I now have Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, and I can actually play from the beginning and go onward and be the main shepherd man. And yeah, I might want to make videos of more of Mass Effect at some point, but I probably will just continue just going on Mass Effect 3 without anything else. Because Mass Effect 3, that was pretty good. Just because then I can be my femme shep that it was just really ridiculous and wearing a dress at all times. That's the way of doing things. I mean, you gotta be classy. You gotta be classy. Classy. I don't know. But yeah, as well, then there's, of course, that I already showed with that other one, but it was the Sonic Generations. It's hard to read that backwards, because the camera's backwards, of course, but you can play it in 3D. Whoa! It's like playing 3D with my 3DS. Ugh. I don't know why I felt the need to take that out, but I need to have like one of those. If only I had the Luigi one, or like I think there's also like the Mario and Luigi one that just like has on the back is just like the mustache of like Mario or Luigi, and they just like have it in front of your face. I just noticed that like since it destroys audio by going like that it's not really, you know, I shouldn't be talking when I have the DS in front of my face. That's polite as well. Professionalism when doing all these things. But yeah, like I hear that this is a very good Sonic game that has absolutely nothing in the case. Actually, it's probably because this is I think this was like mainly a digital download for a lot of things, so. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie Racing! Oh, I know that's... Oh, it just says with Banjo-Kazooie, okay. If only it was like all Banjo-Kazooie and actually the new... I mean, not the new, but like actually the old style Banjo, because I mean, I'm depressed by the new Banjo. He looks terrible. He looks worse than the N64 version of Banjo. I could have a comparison picture. Because, you know, why not? Like right here. It makes me do more work in the future, but I mean, Look at how blocky... Okay, I think I'll have it, like, on the right there. Like, look at how blocky his nose is in that picture. It's, like... so disgusting. It looks so much better on the N64. I don't understand it. Even, well, it's mostly just, like, the concept art that I might be using there, or maybe in-game as well. I don't know, but it looks terrible. Terrible. I don't like the new look of Banjo. It might be okay for the games, I don't know. I think it's somebody else that was making them, but yeah. So that's another thing. I might actually play that for another thing of my channel, and so on and so forth. I pretty much have said everything that I need to say. Whenever I tend to talk about games in these things, it goes up to almost half an hour for these videos. So, deal with it. And enjoy the craziness that I like to talk about stuff. Because, I mean, you know, there's just so many games to talk about. And I can basically have a one-man podcast. Which, that always works as well. But yeah, see, that's basically what I was saying of why it feels like Christmas. This is just relating and making the full tie-in circle. The circle. There we go, that's like a circle. That's, you know, new clothing, plus snow, plus, let's see if I can do this. I doubt that I'll be able to hold all of these things in one hand. Or just like that. I still have like a bunch more games on the ground. Games! Games! Games, 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 games. I could do my, like, make it rain, and then I just, like, drop games from the ceiling. That'd be amazing if I just, like, pull, like, a chute, and then just, like, there's, like, an avalanche of, like, my cased games of, like, 99. There's 99 cased games that I have now. Because, this is why, because, like, just in a couple months, I buy, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 games, 9, 8, 9, something like that. I think I counted I counted way too many. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, I counted one extra because of Pokemon. How about that? I'm getting very, like, conscious of my counting now. So, let's just end it at that, probably. So yeah, Christmas. It will probably be not as spectacular for game-wise as these things, because, I mean, I already bought, like, everything that I ever want. Because, I mean, I can find cheap things on my own, and I get just barely enough money to have game times of buying more games for cheap than I can afford it. Let's say that. And I can just barely possibly afford going to a school with the amount of money that I have in my bank and stuff, and so on and so forth. Which is going to be interesting. Hopefully with going to Nate. And radio and television. Because radio, well, specifically radio, because, I mean, I love radio. Well, I would want to be doing radio as well, and just, you know, stuff like that. It's more creativity, I find. I could probably talk, like, for an entire thing just about that, but I basically talked all about games for this one, and this is going to be the end of the video. I said that, like, probably a million times, because, I mean, I want to end it, but I don't want to, because I want to talk forever. Because who doesn't want to talk forever about these games? And about laser cut keys. Yeah. That's it. Goodbye for now. Ugh. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's a good outro.